I just picked up this picanha steak from the meat market, and in a few days I am going to show you why I consider picanha steak the king of all barbecue steak. It's absolutely amazing. Just real quick here, one thing about it, if you see that, that's all the fat. It's got a fat cap. Underneath is the meat. This fat is going to provide incredible flavor to the meat below. So I'm going to show you how to prepare this. We're doing it in a few days this Saturday, but there's a little prep I need to do. There it is, my picanha steak in all its 6+ pounds glory. Tomorrow is the big day for barbecuing it. However, there is some very important prep that you need so that you can take advantage of this wonderful fat cap. You know, in the old days, I remember years ago, a lot of people had the attitude as, oh, cut that fat off, get rid of the fat. No, the fat gives it incredible flavor. But there's a few things we need to do to take advantage of that fat. Now, the first thing on the other side, see the meat side, you see all this this kind of fatty film here? You need to cut that off. And what you do is just, here, very simple. I like a small knife for this. Get it worked under. You want to remove actually as little meat as possible. Here's the easiest way. Just see? And you just basically just pull that film off, and then just work it until pretty much all this all this film is gone. You don't want that. All right, I removed basically all the film on the other side. It was a hard one to do, so there was some excess meat stuck to the fat here. See that? Guess what? I'm going to cook that up tomorrow with the regular picanha. Don't want to waste anything. Actually, it's going to taste pretty good. Not as good as with the fat on it, but it's good. So the basic thing to do right now is cut it into sections of, I would say about here, about 1.5 inches thick. Yeah, about 1.5 inches thick. So I'm going to do that. I don't know why. I find it easier to cut it from past experience from the fat side, from the fat cuts. I see here, so there's a second strip, 1.5 inches thick. So I'm just going to keep doing that all the way across. Wash, rinse, repeat. Don't want to bore you with that, and I'll get back to you as soon as it's all cut up. Okay, so here we go. We got them all cut up in approximately 1.5 inch thick slices. I've got 2, 4, 6 slices. Let's see, 2, 4, 6. Well, 6 plus this little tip right on the tip of it. This will be cooked along with this just as a snack. These are the main picanhas. So now what we do, very simple, just brine it with kosher salt. So this is going to be really good. This is a lot of people don't know about this step with meat anyway. Yeah, definitely you want to brine both sides really good. Give it a good brine. Don't worry, the salt's going to penetrate. What happens is the salt penetrates and brings out the juices, just does miraculous stuff. So now I'm also going to brine the other side, and then I'm going to show you something very important that you might not realize. So I have both sides brined. So what did I forget? Guess what? The fat cap. All important. Must brine the fat cap. And then I'm going to place them on raised wire racks here. I think one rack will do it for me. So just make sure both sides are thoroughly brined, and then just brine the fat, that fat cap, very important. Place it on, I'll show you. Here we go. See that? That's our wire rack. That's going to go in the refrigerator overnight for brining. All right, I got everything brined both sides and, very importantly, on the fat cap. Now, this is going to go into the refrigerator overnight. Not going to take it out until I'm ready to barbecue tomorrow. And in the background here, this is also important. I've got 8 guests and myself, so that's 9 people eating tomorrow. We got a little over 6 pounds of steak. Is it enough? Well, I happen to know the people. At least, I would say 4 or 5 of them, they eat like parakeets. You know, if they eat half a pound of meat, I'll be surprised. But I'm like at the buffet. You see, this chili here that I just cooked, homemade chili. I'm going to be making chili cheese fries, like French fried potatoes. Guarantee you that stuff's. Nobody's going hungry. And I'm serving the chili cheese fries first, so nobody will feel they missed out on any steak. They probably won't even be able to. We'll probably have steak left over at Picanha. And by the way, one secret here, after I put the steaks into the refrigerator, same thing with the chili. That's one little secret in case you don't know. After you cook chili, put it in a refrigerator overnight. It just boosts up the flavor. It really works. Then you heat it up the next day. So anyway, tomorrow's barbecue day. I'm really, really looking forward to it. And there's a few other things I need to show you, so we'll get to that later. All right, it's the next day, Picanha day. Now, here's what I'm going to do. Now, what I did was, you see here, the coals are all on this half of the barbecue grill, the Weber. You could use a divider. You know what? I just put when I poured out these coals, I put the wire grill on this one side just to keep them here. So save myself $20. But so here. You see here? This is what you do. The meat I'm going to sear over the heat. The fat, because I don't want that fat to flame up. That's what I want to avoid. You ever barbecue? You have flame ups. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to sear both sides. I'm going to wash, rinse, and repeat with the rest of these. And then I'm going to show you one very, very important thing. Because guess what? You don't want to forget searing the all-important fat cap. Very important to sear that. So what I'm doing now is just searing it. And then we'll get back to it when I'm all done. So when you're done searing both sides, it's time to sear the fat cap. So very simple, see? Just put it right over that. It's going to flare up. By the way, I was pretty lucky. The way I did it, virtually no flare-ups at all. So you really want to prevent, but with this fat, if you put this, see how quick it flares up? That's why you don't want the fat directly over the coals. Do it like I did. See that? So this is good. This is like really nice searing it. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to butter them up and get them ready. Before I heat these indirectly to a temperature between 130 and 140, and if you notice, I have over here, I have on the left, I have a wireless remote temperature thing, so it'll tell me when I have it covered. But first, before I do that, this is the piece de resistance. Cover it nicely with butter, each of them, butter. All of them get covered with butter, 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 butter. Okay, now, very simple, cover the entire thing. And on my remote, I got an app on my cell phone. When it goes between 130 and 140, depending on how well you've done, you like it, it's ready. But after you take it out, you got to let it sit for 5 minutes. Okay, I had a little, about 136, maybe a little higher than I wanted, but I got guests that don't like it too. They want it more well done than rare, but it's fine. Anyway, I think it's medium rare. Anyway, now the most important thing, I'm just going to let the steak sit for about 5 minutes, because guess what? It's still internally cooking. Very, very important. Don't rush the process. Don't be taking your time with the cooking and then you mess it up at the end by immediately cutting the steak. So you got to wait at least about 5 minutes. All right, so it's been sitting for about 5 minutes. Let's give it a slice. Now, from experience, much thinner than last time. Oh yeah, that looks good. Just a little bit of red, perfect. Now I prefer a little bit more red. Oh, look at that. That looks so good. Not overdone. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Nice and thin slices. PJ got a try slice. Tastes great. And in contrast to last time, much, much softer. Last time I cut them a little thick. I didn't sear them long enough, so they're a little tougher. This time, absolutely perfect. Well, I'm going to finish up with the rest of these.